Hey guys, what is going on? HDvee here. In today's top 5 we'll be looking over the potential Mega Evolutions that the Eeveelutions may receive in Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon. I know that some people believe that the Eeveelutions won't receive Mega Evolutions, seeing as if you gave one of them a Mega Evolution you'd have to give them all one, since they all have the same stats total, not counting Eevee obviously. I still think it's fun to speculate on the assumption that they would get Mega Evolutions, especially as I'd love to see it happen. There's also no reason why it shouldn't, seeing as Eevee is said to have an irregularly shaped genetic structure that allows it to adapt at many different kinds of environments, meaning that it can evolve in any situation, so Mega Evolution isn't completely out of the picture. I still believe that we will receive a new Eeveelution in Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon, and whether or not they all will, a couple of them getting Mega Evolutions would always be a huge bonus. With regards to all that, this is my top 5 Mega Eeveelutions for Pokemon Sun and Moon. Let's get started. Coming in at number 5 we have Mega Sylveon. Now, as I previously mentioned in the video, all Eeveelutions have the same stat total of 525, meaning that they're going to have 3 really good stats and then 3 stats that aren't so good, and unfortunately for Sylveon, its physical defense fits in that category. Coming in at only 65, Sylveon is not going to appreciate an Iron Head or a Poison Jab anytime soon. So if Sylveon were to get a Mega Evolution, I believe a boost in its physical defense would really help this Pokemon out. It doesn't really need a boost in its speed stat, seeing as it's already a bulky mon, seeing as it has 130 special defense. So really, a lot of it going into its defense and maybe some in special attack would really help Sylveon out. Sylveon gets access to Pixelate Hyper Voice, which is already incredibly disgusting, so a boost in its special attack would make Sylveon an even bigger threat in the competitive scene. Coming in at number 4 we have Mega Leafeon. I feel that Leafeon needs a Mega Evolution because it's already a pretty decent grass type Pokemon, but as we all know, grass type Pokemon are pretty bad. Thanks to 5 weaknesses being Flying, Poison, Bug, Fire and Ice, Leafeon isn't as much of a threat in the competitive scene as it could be, especially seeing as its special defense is pretty low at 65. Its physical defense however is pretty high at 130. So just a boost in its special defense from Mega Evolution could really help this Pokemon out, and it could actually become one of the best grass type Pokemon in the competitive scene, seeing as its attack and speed are already pretty high. Leafeon also gets access to Chlorophyll and Sunny Day, so its speed wouldn't really need that much of a boost seeing as it doubles in the sun. If Leafeon were to just get a couple more stats in its attack and special defense, I could definitely see it being a huge threat in the competitive scene. Coming in at number 3 we have Mega Fleurion. Fleurion is on this list not only because it's the cutest little damn thing ever, but also because it gets access to Guts. Now I understand if Fleurion were to receive a Mega Evolution, then a Mega Stone would replace the Toxic Orb, but if a player would predict a Toxic or a Thunder Wave or something coming in, then a Fleurion switch in would be amazing, and a Mega Fleurion with Guts would be so unstoppable it would be disgusting. Fleurion also gets an incredible attack stat of 130, but its speed is just letting this Pokemon down, being at only 65, so a huge increase in its speed thanks to Mega Evolution would really help Fleurion out in the competitive scene. Coming in at number 2 we have Mega Jolteon. Jolteon is at my number 2 spot not only because it's one of my favourite Eeveelutions, but also because there's actually only 2 Mega Electric Pokemon in the game, being Mega Ampharos and Mega Manectric. So there needs to be another Mega Electric Pokemon to fill the void, and I believe a Mega Jolteon would fit that spot really well. However though, just like Sylveon, Jolteon's physical defense is pretty poor, so a boost in this thanks to Mega Evolution would really help Jolteon out, and a little bit more sprinkled in its special attack would also be doing Jolteon some incredible justice. Jolteon also gets access to Volt Absorb, meaning it's a great switch in on electric types and then can Volt Switch out, giving the player initiative. All of these together would make Mega Jolteon an exceptionally good Pokemon in the competitive scene. Claiming the number 1 spot in today's top 5 is none other than Mega Umbreon and Mega Espeon. These Pokemon had to be at number 1, not only because of the fact that I've absolutely loved them since they were released in Johto, but the new games are called Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon, and Espeon and Umbreon are the Sun and Moon Pokemon, so you know, it just kinda makes incredible sense. Another reason why these 2 Pokemon need to get Mega Evolutions is because as the new games are called Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon, these Pokemon were introduced in Johto with the new concept of night and day, meaning that time cycles were introduced into Pokemon in the 2nd generation. I feel that this would be a really nice gesture to these Pokemon if they were to receive Mega Eeveelutions in the new games because of this. Mega Umbreon would most likely use the stats thanks to Mega Eeveelution in its attack, so it could finally do some damage to a Pokemon without having to be a Stormon, whilst Espeon would most likely get the stats from Mega Eeveelution into its defenses so it wouldn't be as frail in the competitive scene. Needless to say though, these Pokemon would both make amazing Mega Eeveelutions, and I really feel that it needs to happen in Pokemon Sun and Moon. It just feels right. But with that wraps up this video. I really hope you enjoyed it as much as I did making it. Looking at potential Mega Eeveelutions is always a pleasure because it's really exciting looking at the possibilities. If you did enjoy the video though, please leave a like, I'd really appreciate it. If you have any other ideas that you believe would make better choices to have Mega Eeveelutions in Pokemon Sun and Moon, then please leave them in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. If you'd like to see more types of these videos, I have a couple top 5s coming onto your screen in a second, so be sure to give them a watch if you have the time. That's everything from me though, so thanks for watching guys, have a nice day and I will see you in the next video.